Welcome to the Oversalt Grand Finals of the 14th of September. We have Team Discontent and Team Pantera Leah against each other. I am Alenvil, and with me is Magic Nukti. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, hello. I'm actually quite happy to be back once again. Color casting for this finals match is hopefully going to be really exciting. I mean, we've seen Discontent play before already. Don't know that much about them earlier. Do you know anything about them?
No, I don't really know much about them except the match we saw actually against them. Or with them, actually, yeah. But they did a good job. They showed good coordination. They're supposed to be a low to mid diamond team, but they show actually some good teamwork.
Yeah. Well, like one thing I really love about these matches are definitely that it's quite balanced along the way. Because most of the teams are mid to a low or high diamond, which is like not that far apart most of the time. So yeah, the matches are pretty balanced as we saw before already. So yeah, there's always that certain spice to it, I'd say.
Yeah, and sometimes there are also some spicy comps that can come out, but the last matchup was kind of standardish more. There was a little Symmetra play that didn't work out that quite well for the Widow, actually.
Yeah, well, you sometimes gotta be creative. Also, if it doesn't work, it's good to show what you can do, or maybe, well, in that case, can't do. But, it's always good to learn and try new things, trying to surprise the enemy. It might work next time.
Yeah, might work next time. And I'm kind of interested right now in the comp of Panthera Leo with the Brigitte. That is a rare character you see lately in Overwatch, but no.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, they gotta have that consistent healing on those tanks. Oh, actually, they're playing dive, which can be quite interesting right now.
Yeah, they're playing dive with then the Pharah there. Yeah, this could really work out quite well. Let's see, but unfortunately, the Pharah instantly goes down. Well, that was interesting. There is the rest already gone. The Doomfist is going quite ham there. Unfortunately, can't do much about that. The Sigma is quite pressured right now, but seems like he's now going fine, just backing off, and looks like that will be the first kind of skirmish they had.
Yeah, you see now, like, the Pharah kind of trying to poke from the skies, trying to force them back a little, which can be quite useful, and especially in this case.
Yeah, and right now the Pharah finally found her footing after that unfortunate start where she instantly got blown up. But right now she's going quite well. She's finding some damage, and Nimitz is kind of in an interesting position just with the D.Va. Demechs the D.Va actually there, and just backs off, goes now in, and the halt was nicely done there, and that was a good, clean shot there that they got 3. And Mercy tries to beat the Reaper, but doesn't do that. And right now, can the Doomfist get away? No, he can't.
No, he can't. Pepe hands it. Well, now their defenders are in a pretty good position to defend here. Obviously, the payload slowly retreating. They also don't really have that many more ultimates at the moment, which might change in the future. But now they also got some switches in here.
Yeah, oh, there's the nano boosted Doomfist. He's going in, trying to find something for an opening. Unfortunately, Dragon got Lila instantly, and Lila gets rest up once again. The Dragon Strike goes through. Unfortunately, doesn't take any victims, but they do. And now the Rocket Barrage goes through. There was a good push there, but unfortunately, no damage done with that one. Dragon did take down Fluffy, meanwhile, and now they do even take that one down. And right now, we see the Zarya trying to hold on as good as she can, but right now, she's just taken down.
Yeah, it almost seems like Panthera Leo is like not really knowing what they want to do in those fights, because they're always like focusing on different things. Especially like ultimates are coming in sometimes pretty late, which couldn't be used earlier to get an advantage pretty early on in the fight as well. But it just seems like one half is going for the Orisa, the other one's going for the flanking Hanzo or something else.
Yeah, oh, the Sigma is in a precarious situation, but they popped on the supercharger now. And Dragon just in the background with Nimitz just taking people down, 2 kills, and I don't think Panthera want to fight this anymore.
Yeah, they're slowly falling now, one by one. Well, almost like feeding them a little bit of old charge. Yeah, people are still falling and falling. Yeah,
The
those are some
Genji just
big
came out of the
staggers there.
door. He got killed.
Oh, it feels bad. Yeah. Well, Discontent have a lot of ultimates right now, and if they do well manage them correctly, they can very well rotate around them and just win this point easily. That is, though, if they use it correctly, especially with the Genji on the enemy side, they also have an ultimate advantage here.
Their Shatter unfortunately didn't hit there. Both Coalescence are being popped right now. Both fights. Emil gets a pick off instantly. Zaria answers that one, so they don't. The Reaper can't do much about that. But we have a nano boosted Reinhardt unfortunately charged into the payload. Well, and right now we see the nano boosted Reinhardt just standing a bit behind. So the nano boost did give him a bit of survivability, which is one of the bonuses of that. Unfortunately, not really much as anybody's falling down right now. The Sigma ult goes out. The Reinhardt is now put. The tanks are now put on the high spot right now. Pixel does get a pick. Oh, that poor McCree just went into the wall. Oh, nice charge there from the Reinhardt, and that is the Doomfist. Dragon gets an answer. Killed the Zarya's high charge on the point, just trying her best to hold this on. That Graviton is unfortunately gone.
That is gone, definitely, yeah.
And right now they're still trying to barely push this one. Zarya is still trying to hold on. Genji is now in the backline. Supercharge is being popped down, instantly taken down. Deadeye goes through, gets one kill, so now they're finding their footing right now. Charges and Sigma into the wall, Fluffy. And looks like they're getting the first point, actually.
Oh, that's really unfortunate because Discontent basically had that from there. They just really weren't focusing the same target there. Well, Reinhardt and Zarya were still on point. If they would have just focused one target straight away, they definitely would have gotten that. But in this case, they could have just stall the point so long that they got the respawns back and well finally take the point back.
Yeah, they could have done that. That's actually surprising that they didn't do it, and I feel like they just kind of got caught off guard by that by the whole action that happened, and then just kind of were like, what do we do now? But right now we hear the Dragon Strike going through. Not really much that it hit, but it did cut them off quite a bit. The Coalescence is being popped right now for Panthera. Midori gets a Sonic Arrow kill on the Widow. That is not what you see every day, and oh, now they're just answering with kills right now, and that is another one fight for Panthera, actually.
Yeah, really surprising here. The Discontent actually really retreating here, also swapping to the McCree to maybe counter the Genji a little, I guess. Because it really did look like they had some struggles with that.
Yeah, they definitely had some struggle pick. Lila is popping off right now, finding the shots left, right, and center, and they just need to get them off the point right now. They do have a nano blade going on. Genji just goes in, slices and dices, and they do get the point now, and
yeah, well, they do get the point, although that nano blade was a little questioning at that point. Well, but, you know, it worked out in the end.
They got the point. That's what counts.
They got the point, you know.
Oh, and there goes Nimitz as well. Right now, the Genji is finally fighting. Yeah, the graph was questionable as well. we have these moments right now a bit, but hey, sometimes that happens, you know. Stuff happens. The payload's moving forward, and we'll soon have a fight. Let's see if this time the Shadow goes through. He does get a good hit there, but unfortunately instantly goes down, and Dragon got the 3 kill as their Shadow went through. Not what you want to have happen.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate. They were all in that really tiny space there. Dragon just spammed in there and got 3 kills. Well, Junkrat life right there. We all know it. Just hold left click and you're gonna win, just like Jake does all the time.
Yeah. But amazing, they're trading back and forth. Both teams kind of seem a bit nervous right now in the grand final that they're having some discontent issues with each other, that they're not really consistently following up everything.
Yeah, it also feels like the Panthera Leo actually aren't really that aggressive, which they should be, which they are actually right now, though.
So they're moving forward. The Coalescence being popped on both sides. They're going at it. Midori Midori is going in, gets a kill on Teresa, which is not actually the prime Genji target most of the time, but it worked out for them. And right now Fluffy's charging in, almost at the spawn of the enemy team, and now Midori wins the Genji duel. Sorry, Pep gets that kill on Dragon, and right now the fight is getting a bit... Now we have a Nano Blade once again! Let's see if Midori can get more out of this one. Gets Faith with that one. Can he get Teresa? That is the prime target, but unfortunately that doesn't really work out. But they're winning the fights consistently. There is the tire and the Genji Blade as well. Fluffy's just running around at the back. Nimbit's getting kills, and they kind of won that one out in a way.
Oh, look at that. The two tanks actually pushed up really, really far, trying to chase them down or even like block the entrance to the point, which really didn't work out that well as the Orisa still came on the point. And yeah, that's gonna be the push right there. Ah, that's really unfortunate. Again, the focus was missing. I really feel like they missed 2 points just because of their focus. If they would have just focused on one person, once again, they definitely would have gotten that.
Yeah, definitely. That was one of the issues. That was probably one of the issues. But both teams had the miscommunication issues. I felt like during the first round, at least, we saw points where both teams had their moments where they didn't correctly communicate, and focus was lacking.
Focus was lacking, definitely. I'm really interested in how Panthera Leo are gonna defend this, especially because they showed us some quite defensive playstyle, especially on the first point, which might be benefiting them here on the defense, just going for a classic Symmetra May.
Yeah, they're going full defense. They're going full.
They're going full defense. On the other hand, though, playing the Genji Pharah into that,
Pharah could work. The Genji, I'm more questioning because he doesn't really like both Symmetra and Mei in his way.
Yeah, true. You know, Pharah can still spam, but I think they're gonna swap the Genji after the first push right there. If they don't only have their strategy set on that one Nano Blade, then yeah, they should definitely switch that.
That would be actually surprising if they really are focused on the mana play, because they didn't really use it in the semi in any way, shape, or form, and now they're kind of going this with the main strat. But right now the first halt did pull them quite a bit together, but not really much otherwise going around. The payload's moving forward. Oh, and there goes a Lucio. He was a bit too far forward, to be honest, there.
I wanted to go for the boop, I see.
Yeah, you gotta go for those Reddit plays, yeah. And we see them moving forward. The payload's going quite nicely. The Mei did have to go into our ice block, so that is gone. And the Pharah just reign quite supreme right now. The sentries aren't doing, unfortunately, the damage right now. Nimitz does get Midori, so the Symmetra is not out of the play for them. But there is still a turret, and that takes down the Genji, actually. And finally, they get rid of the turrets, but that was quite a charge they did have. Fluffy gets a kill off on Emil there, and right now the fight is still breaking out. The defensive style is working out in their favor. Emil is... I'm not sure you want to have that res, to be honest. Poor Emil does get to die a second time.
Yeah, well, Panthera Leo here defending in a really good defensive position at this corner here. They might want to push up a little to let that payload retreat even more. But what I'm really curious about, why are they not switching that Genji?
Yeah, that's kind of the curiosity point, but I think they're like, we almost have the Nano, the Genji Blade is close by. I think they want to just try to hit that one. The Rocket Barrage goes in, they get one kill off of that one, actually, and Dragon still lives on, so that actually worked out. The shield is now being popped up, so now it's going to get really interesting. Blizzard being thrown out there. Emil is frozen, unfortunately, that one. He's getting healed up, so there is some chance, but unfortunately they can't out-heal that damage that was put up there, and there's another one fight, and the Genji does have the ult, but they only have 2 minutes left.
Yeah, that is true, but like, you see now on the side of Panthera Leo, they do not really have anything against the Genji ult. They might want to actually Sigma ult him. That would be a really good option to deal with that. And if they successfully do that, there's almost no way that Discontent get through, except if there's some big play.
Genji goes in, hits the Nano Blade, does take down the Supercharger, does claim 2 more victims with that one as well, and that looks like that was the crowbar they needed to open up this point.
Oh yeah, that really worked out really well. Actually surprised that the Sigma ult didn't go out there. Probably happened a little too quickly, but they're now approaching that point. Oh, that pick is actually really big.
That pick is actually big, but I like the Symmetra play they did with the teleporter, putting them up on the high ground. Unfortunately, they did lose their Orisa on that one. The Sigma ult comes out now. They do have the Ana on lock there, and she goes down for that one. Dragon goes down as well to the Symmetra turrets, which you'd hate to see. And right now we have a nano boosted Mei. She's going up. You don't want to meet her right now. She's just looking for an opening. But right now you see them all retreating. Unfortunately, Pixel did get another icicle to the face.
Oh yeah, the nano boosted May always difficult to deal with, definitely. The true devil emerges.
Yep, the true devil emerges. We all know that May is secretly the devil. But right now the ult economy looks better for Panthera, and right now Bullet Boy runs forward alone, gets cut off from the teammates. They do put down the supercharger, instantly goes down. The Genji does survive that one. The Coalescence being popped now on the side of Panthera, and you see, but no, the other Coalescence Blizzard goes out. This is quite a zoning actually. One, and unfortunately Sigma once again suffers through the freeze and just gets taken down. Dragon is trying to find some opening and gets taken down as well. Now they're going for the stall. Let's see if Bullet Boy can actually stall. Gets frozen up instantly on the point. Genji Blade in the back. I hear that, and then the Symmetra instantly falls. Let's see if the Genji can do something. Anti-heal and taken down. Moira is trying to hold on as good as she can. There is some reinforcements with Fate and Emil being there, and the Drag Strike instantly on the point. Winston barely holding on. Who gets the Nana boost? Once again, the Mei. You don't want to face that devil. She just goes down. Oh, once again, Wrecking Ball in there trying to hold on as good as he can. Try to stall out. Dragon is there as well, but unfortunately they're not getting much out of it. When Bullet Boy is getting frozen up once again. This is not going well for him on the Wrecking Ball. They pop down the supercharger. They just want to stop them from finally taking this one. But right now, Bullet Boy goes down. Winston Lucio back into the fight once again. Anti-heal instantly on them, taken down. And that is the first map won by Panthera.
Oh, that was really intense in the last few minutes. But, well, you saw. Orisa just went in straight ahead, ulted, and it just went from there, kind of.
Yeah, let's see. Reinhardt I think that was the charge he had in between. Okay, good hit there. Nice charge. Earth Shatter puts him into the wall. I think he gets the Doomfist as well. Yes, they get the Doomfist as well. Nicely done.
Nicely done indeed. I think the next map is actually gonna be Skylake Industries, as I just got told.
Oh.
And you know, Skylake Industries 2CP, we all love it.
Yeah, we do love it. And yeah, what would you tell Discontent actually right now what they should probably improve on to even out what the problems were right now, especially on the attack?
Well, especially on the attack, you know, to be honest, I'm actually not going to talk about the Genji this time because we saw that he got some picks off at that point. But, well, you know, the timing was really off, especially at the ending, as I just pointed out at the end of the map there. So, yeah, that is a really big problem they have right now. I really do feel that they need to synergize those engages or generally just the target focus better. As we also saw, coincidentally, as well on the first point on their defense, which was their target focus.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, definitely. The target focus was one of the issues, and honestly, I felt like they wanted to do that actually too much with the Genji, and it did work out quite a bit for them. It was just not enough that perhaps if they switched up the strat, it could have worked out, but I wouldn't say the Genji was the downfall of that. They did get some quite nice things with that.
Yeah, that is definitely true, but let's talk about Volskaya a little. Well, you know, Volskaya, a pretty open first point, and second point a little bit as well, you can say. We might be able to see a little bit of double sniper, which they actually presented on the defense as well. Might work out a little better this time. But generally, I'm just guessing to see well May Hanzo or May Reaper again. What about you?
Yeah, I think the second point will definitely give that with the Mei Hanzo, that especially since you can close off a much of the entrance with that. You can do it on the first point as well, but if you have a few DPS players who are kind of smart about that, for example, play Reaper who can actually use the flanking position. So there are kind of few points I would feel like. I feel like generally Volskaya can be diverse, can show a bit of diversity, but unfortunately, most of the time it just revolves around breaking that front gate open.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna probably see a lot of really nice wall offs, I'm hoping, from the enemy maze on either side, to be honest. Especially when you're speeding through those chokes, you can really get some nice wall offs, pick maybe the Reinhardt or the Sigma or whatever tank it may be, and then you basically won the fight from there if you play correctly. So you definitely want to use that to your advantage. I'm really looking forward to both teams trying to solve that problem, maybe going over the floating platforms or using the elevator on the second point, or maybe, well, even teleporting,
Yeah, there's a lot of that's the thing. The map has so many options. Unfortunately, most of the time we don't get to see most of the options, sadly. But for example, I did that a few times as I was playing sometimes where I played Mei and walled off the flanking position where you have to go over the river. That screwed up a lot of people actually.
Oh yeah, I can imagine that. That's evil. That's really evil,
Yeah, but it's
especially when
fun.
you're not expecting it.
Yeah. Oh, so
Well, okay. We'll just wait till I guess until they lock in their roles. Uh, the second DPS, either Hanzo trying to play on the middle house as a defensive position, as well as maybe trying to get on the little window in the choke. It can be a quite big and well a good position to, or like generally opportunity to pick off certain people right away, right when they're going around the corner.
yeah. Yeah,
But
that is definitely something.
yeah, but as it looks now, oh, they are actually choosing the Hanzo. Yeah,
And Midori gets to go once again on Symmetra.
on Symmetra, I can almost bet that they're going to teleport left around and then just maybe taking the high ground or just go straight on a point.
I
I
find
can.
that actually fun. That's actually a great idea.
Well, I mean, why not? Why not? It can always happen. Can always be fun. Can always work as well if you execute it correctly. Let's see what they do. I'm really
Yeah.
interested.
So for the moment, they're just moving forward.
It doesn't look like it, right? No,
No,
they're not.
no.
They're not doing it. Oh, that's boring, dude.
They went into the garage with the teleporter, so
Oh, I
that's
see.
something.
Okay.
That's actually quite a nice way to bypass that one. They cut that one off nicely there. That's actually a nice idea there. The Mei is a bit. Shadowstorm gets the first kill off on this map right now. And right now they're in a bit of fight. Shadowstorm gets another one. This is not good. And the Sigma's kind of cut off from his team now. He looked unfortunate for that one, but there are still a few survivors. The Symmetra is still there. And they did move on to the point with with the Reaper and the Zarya now. Zarya easily takes down the Lucia, but now she's kind of alone and gets frozen up and taken down as well.
Yeah, that original wall was quite good, especially for the defending team. They really got them some time, and the Maker actually bait them to staying there. They should have just gone right away onto the high ground because, well, the Hanzo had a free shooting range right there to just shoot those enemies then.
They're using the teleporter for the reinforcements. They're using the teleporter for the reinforcement for the flank.
Oh yeah.
They used it to get their members back in there. So now they're kind of sort of trapped into that position. They may wall some off there, and unfortunately the Symmetra gets knocked into the water actually.
Yeah, well, got healed up, couldn't be killed. Just knock him out.
Yeah. Dragon Strike goes through, gets the Moira with that one. Nimitz gets Yogi for that one as well. And right now we have a flanking Zarya there. She's going into the side, just trying to do her damage. Gets the so with that one, unfortunately, the Reaper goes down. Fluffy gets a kill on Nimitz. So right now there is only 2 members on each side. Unfortunately, it was the tanks on the side of Panthera, and Fluffy's still surviving here quite nicely. Still holding on. He's just getting kind of stalled out. But they do have reinforcements now. They do have the Sigma ult. Knocks him up. Can they get some more out of this one? And they do get email with that one. So right now they're holding on to the point. They're getting in there. Lucio's now trying to hold on for his team, but I don't think he can do that on his own. Gets taken down. They finally find a chance to claim the point. Shadow Storm is in the backline. Gets taken down by the Reaper. And that is probably the point.
That is probably the point. They probably gotta give it up right now, although they're still contesting it at this point. Well, yeah, we'll just get shut down right away. That Sigma ult coming out from Panthera Leo actually was pretty good, and well, as you saw, winning them the point.
Yeah, definitely. And right now they're moving instantly forward. That is probably the best idea they could have right now to instantly take the position, because I don't think all of them were there. The Mei ult goes out there from Nimitz there, gets a freeze on the Lucio, and he gets taken down for that one, as we all love and know as. And Nimitz gets actually another one with a headshot there, and right now Coalescence being popped there right now. Panthera is still trying to take the point. There, the shield was quite nice there. Leela and Midori get each a kill right now. The Coalescence and the Supercharge being popped, so they did force quite a few ults. They, unfortunately, I'm not sure about the Death Blossom. Does get them a kill there, and they did even throw out the Sound Barrier. Everything has to go out right now, and that's a hold for Discontent.
Yeah, questionable ultimates as well. Wasted some ultimates there. Could have definitely used them in later fights. Especially the Death Blossom and Sound Barrier were probably kind of a waste at that point.
They wanted to throw them out, I think, because of the switches they did.
Oh yeah, true. I didn't even look at that. Thanks for pointing that out. Yeah, true. They might have wanted that to do. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah.
just
Just use it. Nimitz gets a good freeze off there, and they take down Fluffy instantly. The teleporter is instantly shut down as well, but they did get at least one reinforcement in there. But unfortunately, Nimitz did get the ice block up there, and right now it doesn't really look. Oh, Bullet Boy gets down that one, and right now looks like it's a retreat for Panthera.
Yeah, that freeze was actually really huge. Without a Sigma, you're losing so much value in your composition.
That's a nice pickoff. That's a nice pickoff. They can't really take advantage of that because I think they're still lacking at least 1 or 2 members. And you can see that, and that is actually something Discontent can be happy about, that they just lost it off there. Why is the Doomfist is flanking quite nicely. Stardust gets a kill off there. The Graviton goes out there. Shampberry is answered. Then there is as well the Sigma ult 3 for that one, and that saved him the fight instantly.
Yeah, that was actually a huge Sigma ultimate right there. Didn't, sadly, again, Panthera Leo didn't really get that much value out of their ults. But especially with the nano boost now and the symmetrical ball, they can really will get much, especially if they just let that Reinhardt rampage, like, I don't know.
Yeah, and Fluffy showed that he can actually use it quite nicely, even as a defensive mechanic. They did use that. Fluffy is going in. They do lose instantly the Symmetra, so that is not what you want to have happen. Nimitz is coming to be the devil that survives that one, and Faith goes down to gets Tibbers down there, so that is not what you want to have happen. Nimitz still in the back line from them, just freezing people up and taking them down. Oh, that high charge. Oh, and gone.
That's kind of bad. Stagger's still coming in. Are they going to get that Ana? No, they're not going to get that Ana. But, well, still, Staggers are really present on the side of Discontent.
Yeah.
They're really getting a lot of time through that. Also, they have a lot of ultimates in this fight. a lot of good ultimates as well. Dragon Strike and Blizzard can definitely get a lot of value, especially if the enemy team doesn't really have that much time to contest that point.
Yeah, they're moving in. Fluffy is just pressing forward. They went over they now boosted the Doomfist. Can they take advantage of that? Email's down. The Blizzard and the Dragon Strike are through. Nimitz does get a pick off there as well. Shadow Storm, let's see, the Supercharger isn't really charging anybody actually, but they still hold on to the point. They're moving in right now, and they stop the push. And that should be it. So they just have to get one tick on the second point on the side of Discontent to actually win this one, but they do have to claim the first point at least.
Yeah. Although Discontent ended up only really having one more ultimate, their ultimates were just really better than on the side of Panthera Leo, with having the Blizzard than maybe just the nano boosted Doomfist, which can be shut down easier than just one huge field of ice.
Yeah, definitely. I was kind of surprised that the Supercharge didn't get much value. That was a really weird position on top of the second point, and it really didn't give anybody the charge, which felt kind of awkward.
Yeah, well, let's see how they play it now. I'm guessing that we'll see a May on the defense as well. There's just not really a better option, especially for the second point here. We'll see right now, and yes. No, actually, no. They're opting for the Bastion.
They do have a Symmetra as well. They have both.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I'm guessing they want to set up on a high ground, and then as soon as the enemy comes in, they might want to teleport that Bastion to another high ground so they can take an off angle and just spray them down from there.
That would be a good option, yeah.
Come on, please, just satisfy me for once and just do it. That would be so great. Like, yeah. I love to see those kind of plays.
Yeah, it feels really good when you see those. Kind of interesting that they're really going with the bunker there. So they did set up the teleporter, so they do have the side position. They see the Pharah. The Pharah does probably have a bad feeling about this right now. And you see how Symmetra's mostly using the teleport. Interesting. Now they're teleporting onto the side. Yeah, they did think about that. The shields are being set up against them, but the Bastion can really burn through those actually quite nicely. The Bastion is kind of nervous that the Hanzo is closing in. The Hanzo is closing in. Does hit the Storm Arrow. Unfortunately, Meteori goes down for that one. The Hanzo does pressure off. The Bastion is not even behind the shield anymore. Shadow Storm goes down. They're still on the point. The point is still being contested right now, but not much is going on. The Bastion is not really getting hit zone, but unfortunately they don't have the Symmetra. The Pharaoh's now in the back trying to pressure the Bastion out. And the point, they're keeping up the Sigma quite nicely up, to be honest. The Immortality Field, the Amplification Matrix is even out now. The Coalescence gets thrown out as well. Kind of feel bad about the Amplification Matrix, actually. The Pharaoh gets taken down finally by the Bastion, so that is an issue that is gone right now. They do take down, and now the tank mode Bastion is moving forward. Unfortunately, Faith gets a pick off there. Faith goes down to the tank mode, and Midori takes it down. Takes down Shadow Storm, and right now Pixel is fleeing with Sigma there, hand in hand, out of the point.
In this beginning, I actually was opting for Panthera Leo to win that fight. To be honest, they played that quite well with the line of sight, but the Sigma just stayed along so long, which allowed the Discontent to charge up their ultimates a lot. You know, if you have Baptiste constantly spamming you with his right click and immortalities plus a mercy healing you, you're not gonna die that quickly.
No. I felt just like the Amplification Measure was a bit off for them. The Bastion couldn't really take advantage of that one. The teleport is being set up into the point, actually, into the garage. Rocket Barrage kills the Bastion, kills the Mercy, so there is no rest. There is the Sigma ult, takes down one, but unfortunately there are not enough members to actually hold on. They're trying to hold on, but they're not on the point, and unfortunately that is the claim point for Discontent.
Yeah, really nice line from Nimitz right there. Just going around, spraying down the Bastion and the Mercy, and I think it was also Orisa. Yeah, it was also Orisa. getting 3 picks right off the bat is a huge value in that kind of sense. Because, well, you're not going to have that much healing, and you're not going to have that much damage. Basically, your main source of damage is gone, which allows your the rest of the team to just flood the point and, well, clean up.
Yeah, the turret placement is nice right now. The supercharger is being popped down. There is a coalescence. Both superchargers are down. The immortality field. They need to move towards the point. They need to stay on the point, but right now they're winning the fight out. This Symmetra shield helped them out quite a bit there. And Shadowstorm still gets down Lila with that one. And unfortunately, Nimitz goes down Shadowstorm as well. And right now they hold on the side of Panthera.
Yeah, it looks like they just wanted to get that point quickly. Didn't really quite well work out. Oh, they're pushing forward real hard.
They chase quite hard. Now they kind of have to pull back, and yeah, they're doing that quite nicely with the teleporter. That's what you want to have with the Symmetra play. So they're playing quite nicely around the Symmetra. I was having doubts in between because sometimes it looked like they weren't really using the teleporters and all the advantages they had.
Yeah, I'm really interested how they're gonna execute that dive at the moment. They don't really have an Ana, so Genshi's maybe a little bit questionable, especially against a Symmetra McCree here.
Dragon Strike onto the point. Instantly one pick on the Sigma. There is the res and the immortality field being popped down right now. The immortality field is now gone as well. The application metric is being thrown out there. The Symmetra shield is in an interesting location, I would say. Genji goes in with the blade. They do get a pick, Pixel, and they do get a kill with that blade. It wasn't a nano, but right now we do have the both of supports trying to hold on to the point. They're doing their best right now. Immortality field even popped. This is a long stall, but unfortunately the Mercy goes down, and now the piece as well. Right now, Sigma on the point. They're barely holding on. Fluffy switch over to the Wrecking Ball. Goes on to the point. Doomfist as well on the point now. Sound Barrier is being popped, so they want to hold on as good as they can. Nimitz gets the Sigma, and Lila goes down as well. Midori falls as the Tracer. Still the Wrecking Ball is now dead as well. There is still one Lucio on the point. And that is it. And we are going to a third map with Discontent taking this one.
Yeah, really nice stall at the end, though. Well, Q's just won that for them, I guess.
That and honestly, a 4-minute time bank against that still is a bit of a hard time to hold on the whole time.
Yeah, well, yeah, that Sigma ultimate.
Yeah, that saved him so much at that fight. And the next map will actually be Nepal. That's gonna be fun.
Nepal, well, capture point again. Makes sense. Tiebreaker. Well, Nepal, you could play some cheeky strat on Sanctum, maybe Orisa Hog if you really wanted to pull them down.
Yeah.
Because and especially in these matches, I saw that Ursa Sigma isn't as dominant. Yes, I feel that you're gonna get a lot of safety and value out of running those 2 tanks, but if you play correctly, you can definitely work around that and maybe even get the advantage at certain points.
Yeah, that's definitely something they did. And we saw the Reinhardt was working, the Winston was working in between sometimes, so didn't feel like there was any real issues with the tanks, so the teams could work actually around what they had.
Yeah, definitely. Nepal also really Nepal Village actually really favoring that May Reaper pick at the moment, especially because of the really close quarters. You're really well able to once again wall them off and just kind of I don't want to really choose inappropriate words at this point. Well,
destroy them.
I'll just say defeat them, you know.
Yeah. And we are starting actually here. This is actually quite nice for a starting point. Feel like Kano team has really a big advantage on this one. They've been swapping around. The Symmetra could actually work here once again.
Yeah. So could Dive or Winston Hammond.
Yeah, definitely.
Quite open point. Quite some room to dive the enemy. Could work quite well.
Lucius could hide here quite nicely to stall points out.
Yeah, just wall running off the pillars non-stop, having the healing boost on and just going round and round and round.
Yeah. And let's see. Both teams. Okay, so Midori is now going on to the Genji. Actually, they are going with the Orisa Hog combo, which I lovingly like to call the pull pork combo.
Yeah. Well, I was talking about Sanctum can work here, I guess, but well, you're normally want to go for that on maps where you can actually pull them out. Can work, as I said. They're still opting for that nanoblade, which worked out quite well for them, as Discontent have that sound barrier, but yeah, you can time that pretty well to not get countered at all.
Yeah, and Lucio is the first one who's touching the point. What a surprise, actually. We see the Doomfist going in. He tries to get something out of that one. Not really much he can do for that one. Fluffy did have to use his immovable option there. So right now they have a bit of an issue, but I like how they're kind of flanking right now on the side of Panthera. Right now they do get the Lucio, but unfortunately 2 picks were on the enemy side as well, so that's not really what you want to watch. And the Ana was on the point. That looked like kind of a miscommunication there, and that is a claim point for Discontent. But they're still answering.
Yeah, it really looked like a really big miscommunication on the side of Panther Leo, to be honest. You just saw the rest of the team rotating around, really just leaving that Orisa alone and leaving her to die eventually. So yeah, without Orisa, if you're running that Hoggy, well, you're not gonna have any shields. You're pretty certainly gonna lose that point as well.
The Hog hiding on the side, that's kind of interesting. Nimitz is going in, instantly takes down the Orisa, so this actually stops their momentum once again. The Hog is now trying to cause a bit of chaos on the side. They do get the res off on the Orisa, and looks like the focus shortly switched even back to the Orisa. That's actually nice recognition. Nimitz is still in the back. Both Coalescents are being now thrown out. The Meteor Strike goes up as well, and Fluffy barely survived that one. Faith does take down Yogi. Lila gets an answer there, but unfortunately it's not really working out in their favor. They're trying to trade, but unfortunately they're trading 1 to 2 every time, so it doesn't really work out for Panthera there, and they're at 65% already.
At 65% already, will be 2, mostly 1 fight if they take their time a little. Now Panthera Leo are actually looking to get something done with that Widowmaker, which can be quite interesting.
That's an interesting choice, actually, with all the shields actually running around. Midori is switched over to the Pharah, so they do have the pharmacy combo right now. They do have the whole Hog. They throw out the whole Hog. Rocket Barrage goes through. That's a nice charge, actually, that they got it that fast, that they could use it, and trying to get some more into there, but unfortunately the Rocket Barrage didn't do much damage there. The Roadhog goes down for that one. Sigma ult goes out there, and right now we're at 99%. They need to capture the point somehow, but right now it doesn't really look favorable for them. They do get a res off for Lila, so they do have the Widow back in there. The Pharah goes in, trying to do some more damage there, trying to get something out. Fluffy does get Emil there, and they barely claim the point, but they can't lose it anymore.
Yeah, they can't lose it anymore. They're really gonna have to hold on to that. Interesting choice having the Reinhardt and Orisa here. Maybe a little bit of more of a brawly comp, but with the Widowmaker here, you're gonna be able to take a really nice off angle, but yeah, you're not gonna be able to rest that. Oh, you are!
Nice work with that wall, actually, to get that rest off, that they couldn't really target them that much. But Shadowstorm switched over to the Widow as well, and now the Pharah could have a really bad time since their Widow unfortunately lost the duel there. The Coalescence goes through on both sides right now, so both sides are once again hammering down the healing and the damage. Rocket Barrage goes out, actually not being picked off, as the Pharah got to live through that one. Accidentally blew herself up after that one, but still got the Rocket Barrage off there. And right now they still hold on there at about 50%. There's the Wrecking Ball going in, trying to stall it, keep the contest up there. 3 Wrecking Ball just holding on. Shadowstorm wins once again the Widow duel, but right now it doesn't really matter in that case, and right now Discontent claimed the point.
Overtime, yeah, they're still contesting the point here.
Overtime being popped up. Midori on the Tracer trying to get as much time as can, but unfortunately Lilia goes down to the Meteor Strike there. Midori trying Best there is the minefield, but doesn't even need to happen because the Doofus takes it down. Reinhardt doesn't get reach the point, and that is map number 1 for Discontent.
Yeah, definitely. To be honest, I'm really kind of leaning towards advising Panther or Leo to go for a more stable comp in those situations, because you're not gonna really be able to predict what you need to look out for with these comps that you're currently working with, and especially when you're working with something completely new. Yes, it can work with the surprise factor, but it can also really work in the enemy's favor with you not really maybe having a correct or really working game plan. So that's really also something to look out for. But as we're going on Sanctum here, I'm really looking forward to how this dive from the side of Discontent is going to work out.
Yeah, Nimitz is already hiding in the corner, so that is not what you want to see on the side. Fluffy, oh, this could actually be really rough because there is already used to, yep, knockback. Oh, Midori gets the first pick actually, and Fluffy goes down to the pit, and that is unfortunately one of your main tanks gone. And now, unfortunately, most of the team is just going down and suffering thanks to that.
Yeah, really nice knockoff there, like boop, there.
Yep.
I think like Panther Leo really have good, or really are in a good position to fight against that comp they're currently playing against. Shadowstone did swap to a McCree right there, but now we're going in again.
Yeah, we're going in again. Leela gets the first pick on the Winston there, so there is an opening right now. They do get a hook off there and another pick off. They got 3 already out of there. Their Wrecking Ball is trying to flee right now. Gets out of there. Shadowstorm is trying to get that one. Gets the Tracer. Nice flashbang and a good headshot there. And right now, it's the point for Panthera Leo.
Oh, getting that pick off with the hook actually. And oh wait, oh yeah. They're getting that pick. Maybe a little more as well. Really looking for that at the moment, but it doesn't look like they're going to. Oh, are they? No, okay. He's gonna be able to fade away straight away. Well, no, Doomfist now coming in with that Meteor Strike.
Meteor Strike, where will it land? Okay, there's somebody on the point, and Nimitz gets a pick off there. And now it looks like this is the go time right now for Discontent. You see that they're just reacting to that. They do get even the Doomfist onto the point. They claim the point with the Wrecking Ball, and they just clap that one down there, and that is it. They claim the point.
Those were some really interesting little skirmishes going on all around the map right there. Just little 1v1s or 1v2s all around the map scattered around, but it ended up working in the favor of Discontent at that moment, so why not?
Yeah, it worked out, and that's what has to work. And I'm kind of interested that they're still trying to run this Tracer most of the time, even though the McCree and the Doomfist are kind of not really nice for a Tracer to play against right now. The mines are being popped down there. This is a dangerous minefield right now, and unfortunately, some of the mines were triggered there as well. Now they're using a bit the Covalescence. Now the Primal Rage does get a kill off for the team of Discontent. They're pushing right now quite forward, and right now the skirmishing fights aren't really going in the favor of Panthera in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, definitely. It really looks like Discontent is really able to take the charge of those fights right here. Really able to take that aggression and use it quite well on the enemy team. Really pushing them back. Really cutting them down at points.
They use the sound barrier. They need to move in now. We're at 99% already, so they can't lose this point once again. Unfortunately, they're in that situation. Was good. Meteor Strike gets instantly one pick, and the second pick is instantly out. Gets pulled out after that one. Nimitz goes down after that one right now, but still, they got 3 people out of that one at the start of the fight right now. We see Woodson going in. There is the minefield being popped down on the point right now. They're just holding on. Tracer gets knocked out. Right now, the Wrecking Ball is the last survivor to hold on to the hopes of Panthera. Runs into the mines. And now he's down. Right now, the Doomfist gets in there. Meteor Strike up there. Meteor Strikes up is off the point, and Discontent win the grand final with that.
Very well played, Discontent. Yeah, really good, great game. Really fascinating how you can pull out some interesting strategies all the time.
Yep. Those were interesting strategies, and I feel like Discontent said we know we can win the individual matchups and force them the skirmishes, and that kind of broke Panthera's back, and I feel like towards the final map.
Yeah, definitely on Sanctum we saw that a lot. Really, some scattered fights, but especially when you're playing dive, you can rather play it a little bit better than when you're playing a Rissa, which mostly needs some assistance of her team to really be able to do a lot of things. Well, a lot of things that she should be doing in a match. Needing that support from support as well as DPS in the fight, trying to get that point, trying to push on that point, especially when you're pushing slowly. That is really, really important.
Yeah, and that is one thing to actually keep in mind for your ranked games or any other games you're playing in a coordinated structure. And who would you actually? So let's go for this one briefly. Who would you give the MVP for, actually?
Who would I give the MVP to? You know, it might have been a little bit in the background, but I really felt Shadowstorm on that temple map, I think it was. Really challenged that Widow and really won that Widow duel over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Which really allowed his team to push through and get that advantage. With him being able to maybe get a little bit of damage in from the side as well. So I really felt like, although you weren't really able to see that much of him, I really feel he did much.
Yeah, it created a lot of space for the team to actually take a round. Yeah, I would agree. Shadowstorm makes sense actually to give the MVP to. But with that, we are done. Do you have anything if you want to say before we cut off?
Not much. Just wanted to thank everyone here for the great opportunity to be able to cast again. Really had a blast doing it. Hope you did as well, Alenvil.
Yeah, I definitely had. I want to thank you for refereeing the semifinals. I want to thank Toadette for recording and producing everything. And for you, the viewers, thank you for watching. And goodbye and good night.
Bye bye.